All right, welcome back, YouTube, to A Programmer Plays Super Epic. In our previous episode, we finally managed to make it up past this little jump that I was struggling with in the episode prior. We also found not one but two keys, one of which we can use up here, I'm pretty sure. So, let's dive into it. Just jumping over all these enemies because I no longer want to fight them. They can burn. Alright, here we go. Yes. Oh, are we going straight into a boss fight? Oof. Just according to my predictions, you made it here, Tantan and Ola. Hey, how do you know our names? Names? We know everything about you. The more you play, the more data you're giving us. We've been monitoring your moves since the very moment you pressed start. And that's why we need to destroy your spying software disguised as games. Oh, but you do enjoy our games, don't you? Okay, our options are no way and they're not that bad. They're not that bad. But that's just because you cloned classic video games. Huh, being honest with oneself is the first step. Now, just abandon your little rebellion. We'd rather die free than continue being slaves of your technology. Oh my, such a beautiful and energetic speech. I'd better write it down for future projects. You're the worst. Maybe, but I'm real. You're just two wannabe heroes that don't exist outside of video games. This game does get very meta. Sad to think she could be right. Yes, nothing will be out of our reach now if we can fly around. We can use this by pressing and holding A after performing a double jump. Huh. That feels weird, because it's not like jump and then hold. It is jump, jump, jump. That feels very weird. Interesting that there's like no enemies here. Also cutscene. And now for one final analysis, let's see how a pair of losers react when facing a real threat. Maybe you'll find we're not as predictable as a bunch of minions. Your behavioral patterns betray you. Sooner or later, you'll understand. Gamers are just rats trapped in a maze. All we do is feed them with what we want. We'll feed you with some decency, you voyeuristic pig. It would be really funny if this boss fight was, like, slanted against which enemies have done the most damage to you or something like that. Yay, we did it! First try! Getting some big Guacamelee vibes from this? I can definitely see that. They're kind of like different, I haven't been in the room to the top left, so I don't know how that's filled in. Like, Guacamelee takes itself more seriously, I would say, but there's definitely some overlap. Pig Executive Officer, be welcome, my dear guests. We were waiting for you. Zalok, what are you guys doing here? You're working for Regnant Corp? Of course. Of course we're not. We don't work for anyone, remember? We just do what's good for business, and that means having lots of clients. Can't believe you're making deals with the totalitarian pigs. Thanks for luring them in here, girls. Now take your money and leave. With pleasure. Bye, sweethearts. Our job here is done. But you didn't do anything besides luring us in here? Alright, tuxedo mask reference. My friends, I should really thank you for all your services. How come? We've been studying all your moves, speech, and behavior since you entered our office. Now we know all we need. Now we know all we need about idealist and independent gaming punks like you. And why in the world would you want that? Why? So we can produce a new line of Regnant Corp games aimed at the likes of you. It won't be a profitable line of business, of course, but we'll keep you from complaining. Have we been used all this time? Don't act surprised. You're one of us. You just don't want to realize it yet. You've played our games and have enjoyed them. You even invested in a free-to-play venture just to make money like us. Can't change the system. We've created a society dependent on our games. Join us, and together we can rule the galaxy. Star Wars? You mean as father and son? What? You're a raccoon, and I'm a pig. We're not blood related. Good to know, because you're going down, you greedy fascist pig. Bring it on. Huh, back-to-back boss fights. Are the hands? Okay. Okay. That was greedy of me. Hey, we did it! Pig Executive Officer. You take pride in defeating a businessman. What do you think you have accomplished? Just a cog in the wheel. A wheel that society isn't prepared to stop. You may be more, but we have the power to control stupid minds through phones. You opened yourselves to our software, and now you're too weak to reject us. You could have made great money with us, you fools. I may be going down, but someone will replace me, and I'm taking you down with me. Star Fox reference. Nice try, but you're not going to stop this machine. Darn it, we were so close. Is this you have to, like, is that the bad ending? Like, you have to use all the keys? Night falls and everyone plays one last game on their phones before turning off the lights. No one is aware of the battle that has been fought. Nobody cares. Regnant Corp's PEO has been defeated, but the company lives on. Santana and Ola's actions were recorded, scrutinized, and studied in detail by the analytics department. Thus, Regnant Corp was able to design and produce games which are appealing to dissidents and nostalgics. Regnant Corp's technocracy finally found a way to control the whole world. The adventure ended, the heroes fell, the dream was broken. The legacy of those who were bold enough to question the status quo died with those who got to know them. Society remained a slave to Regnant Corp's order: work, play, spend. Bad ending. Alright. Obviously we're gonna go back to try and get the good ending. But while we're here, let's go ahead and talk about this game. I have enjoyed this. The way that it's set up, like the very clear criticism, I agree with what it's talking about. It's a little on the nose for me, but I know writers who use subtext, and they're all cowards. I do actually. There's something refreshing about a game just being like, it's about this. You can't possibly miss what we're talking about. And there are, legitimate concerns about big companies kind of taking over entire industries and controlling the narrative and all that. So, yeah. Fun. Okay, so that suggests to me that some of the NPCs might not be like Kickstarter backer characters, but instead like other indie games. They're like, hey, can we use Shovel Knight or whatever in here? And they're like, yeah, cool. So I like that. Cool. I did feel like the combat got a little bit samey, especially there in the last area where there's a handful of enemies that were just a pain in the butt. I kept trying to figure out is there a way that I can do a combo that the enemy can't break out of? That way we don't have the whole oh well, they're immune for a little bit as they fly through the air. I just don't think there is. I think that the way that the combat system is built, if you do enough damage to kill them all in one go, great. But if you've used all three of your moves on them and that hasn't done enough damage to kill them, you just have to wait for them to have the little stun animation. And that's okay. It felt like I hit my skill ceiling and then there couldn't find a way around it. That's okay. Not every game needs to have really complex stuff going on. And there, obviously there is, stuff like these special moves that we didn't really use a lot. We barely used this. We barely used this. That's on me. Let's see what's over here. All right, there's a straight up a door over here that we haven't been through. With nothing in it? Really? Really? Huh. Huh. These enemies, the enemies that spawn in and just keep running at you and do a little damage but are mostly just annoying, I did want a counter to them and never found it, the way that you can't really stack the accessories means that your loadout options can never be that different. Like, I'm sure that there's stuff that I could do that could be pretty interesting. We do have 2 accessory slots, so it's not like there's no room for loadouts. But it's no, you know, Hollow Knight. Alright, let's pop on down to level 6, because I think that that's where the cells are that we still need to open. I think. They're not marked on here, which is a little bit of a problem. I do think there's also something down here that I hadn't gotten. While we're sort of doing critiques and stuff, I should mention that I really wish that the map wasn't effectively monochromatic. The bright red with the white over it is very, like, visually striking, but it's not the most usable of designs. Like, it's just visually kind of hard on the eyes, and it makes it so that it's hard to tell the regions apart and stuff. You really do have to just, like, sit down and memorize it. Alright, use the key. Thanks, bro. I'll recover the alpaca now. If you see my brother, tell him I'm okay. Okay. And I think, yeah, power of friendship. All prisoners rescued. Thanks. You know that strike plus strike is a powerful combo in Deck Hunter? Right? Deck Hunter? What? That's very surprising to me, even though, as far as I know, like, we found, like, every room in the map other than these 2, which I guess is where we're going next. We're not even close to having enough gems. That freed second prisoner looks like Muffy from today's special. I don't remember it, but maybe Spud has. Spud remembers a lot of things. Alright, so from here, left or right? Let's go left first, I guess. This is probably my biggest complaint about this game, is the wall jump just doesn't feel good to use to me. And I, like I mentioned in a previous episode, it helped once I got my head around the whole, like, oh, it's like Super Metroid's version, but I don't know, man. It feels really clunky. It feels like it doesn't want to work. Let's see if we can use the little flutter wings to do better. Ooh. Alright, well that's one mystery solved, I guess. I never did get any confirmation or anything about whether the security cameras do anything. Alright, so we could go ahead and get this. Ah, and I think that was the last one. Cool. And over and down. Cool, cool, cool. There's a big room in IT which should show which ones you're missing. Ooh, I do remember that room. So, alright, yeah, we'll go check it out. Oh, that was silly of me. Gosh dang it, Allstate woman, or whatever you look like, I don't really know. Ah, okay. Hold on, hold. Alright, here we go. Another QR code game, Sushi Crunch. Swipe and match 3, score 150 points. Alright. Awesome. I'm not good at these kind of games, to be honest. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. The Wasabi looks so concerned. Game over? What do you mean game over? Oh, well, it's playing itself right now. I'm just here. Do. Oh, dang it. Sushi Crunch story has stopped working. A problem caused by the problem is working correctly. Our code here is 8525532. Oh my god, it's besushied. Alright, so with that acquired, 8525532. Bam. Okay. $100. Nice. Shiny badge. Let's see what shiny badge does. Ah. Health is below 20%. Increased power by 25%. Interesting. Oh. These get rearranged? I didn't notice. Alright, so with that done, let's go to IT and see what we're missing. Guess we go fast travel to F3 maybe? Yeah. Did I go in here? Yeah, I remember going in here now. Oh, that actually set me surprisingly far back. Right here, it's the next level down. Alright, so we're doing pretty good. If these are all spots that we haven't done, the ones that like actually have a feed playing, done better than I thought, to be honest. Now the thing is, pretty sure that what I'm... Alright, so like, yeah, this is like literally from the very beginning of the game. That's from right about here. Yeah. Still haven't gotten to that spot, which is slightly odd. So these squares, these screens don't correlate, at least not exactly, with the overall map. I don't know that I've got it in me to track down all of those. I'm sure that it's an achievement or something now at this point. Like, that's gotta be an achievement. I don't care enough about it to do that. We did better than I thought, though. Okay. Well, let's... Oh, I do kind of want to go and fill in this spot. That's kind of bothering me that that's not filled in. So let's go fill in that spot on the map. I really doubt that there's anything. Oh, isn't there also in one of the boss rooms? Shit. Is it the room that we're going to? It might be. One of the boss rooms, there was a bit where we needed to use the super bomb. See, right there, I didn't like it kind of bothers me the way that we knock her down and like as she's getting back up, she is invincible. They're like, there's just nothing we can do about that. Okay, self. Huh. I've not been down here. Oh, that's interesting. Several missed spots here. Of money. Alright. Looking around to see if there's other spots that I have obviously missed. So let me illustrate what I mean about this character being invincible. So if we knock through these, right, so that we can actually fight her. When she stands up here, like there's nothing we can do to attack her. Just have to wait. It's not your turn. And now we got her, but it's like it's not a big deal. It's just I don't know. Feels like there should be a way to continue pressing the offense. Alright, so we need to get there. Honestly, we can just take this to F2. I think will put us closer. Yes, much closer. So across, over, up. Up. There we go. Cool. Alright, so the one that had the chest was where? It was over here somewhere? Hold up. Didn't I just go in that spot? I am confusion. Guess we're going back. Alright, F4. Alright, so left by a good bit. And just for having health. Ah, this is actually literally the spot that I was thinking of. What do we get? Hey, with this pogo stick we can jump much higher. Works by pressing down and then up A while on the ground. Takes a lot of energy though, so we better upgrade our stamina level if we need to. Love that I did that. Ooh, alright, well we can go ahead and... Go ahead and recharge. Upwards, noble steed. There's nothing here. Cool. Alright. Any other spots that I've like completely overlooked somehow? I don't think so. I think that's the whole map. Alright, let's go get the real ending, and call this game done. This is the closest spot, right? Yeah, it is. That's somewhat unfortunate, but that's okay. We actually are gonna hop down here and rest. Just so that we're going in full health. You know what? Let's actually do also change our weapons. Faster weapons and 5 more points. %10 crit? Let's go. We'll go 10% crit. Why not? As far as I can tell, there's not a way to skip the cutscene, so we're just powering through it. Really weird that there's not music. All right, here we go. So crit chance mod might be OP. Boom. Final boss destroyed. Alright. What? How did this happen, you insignificant punks? We did it. We kicked their ass for good. Yet something feels incomplete. We failed to expose Regnant Corp's mind control scheme. We better get out of here before they come for us. Oh, man. As long as there's someone bold enough to challenge the status quo, there's hope for a revolution. And when a revolution starts, there's hope for freedom. Alright, so what I'm taking from that is that there's actually 3 endings. There's bad ending, okay ending, and then probably good ending. Like, if we get all of the little cameras, that probably exposes Regnant Corpse mind control thingy, and then you get the true ending. I do not feel like tracking down all of those cameras. That would take a while, and I just don't think I'm enjoying the game enough at this point. Like, I'm worried. I kind of feel like we've already a little bit jumped the shark. Like, the last area was so much of like the same enemies and like doing the same combat that we've been doing the whole game, that it was starting to feel a little samey. And so if I tried to like do all of it, must be both prisoners and cameras. Yeah, I appreciate that they did that. Like, I'm not against them having multiple endings and like having a reward for players who really go the extra mile to get, find all the secrets, do all the things. I just don't really have it in me. I think if I do that, my opinion of the game is actually going to go down. And I don't want that. Like, I want to like every game as much as I possibly can. And sometimes that does mean being like, alright, this is enough of this for me. If I was to play this game again, I would definitely play it differently, right? Like, I would deliberately be attacking every camera that I see as I go through the environment. And then I'm sure that, like, we would get to the end and be like, how many cameras are left? And we look and we're like, oh, we missed one or two. Those we can go track down. It's not that big a deal. But when you look at it and you're like, oh, there's still like a dozen, and it looks like all over the map. Early game, late game, mid game. Just don't feel like doing it. So, yeah, big picture, this was a fun game. I enjoyed it. The story was fun. I liked the themes. I agree with the themes. It's very visually striking. Obviously, we need to get off of this. I technically considered 100%, just not with the cameras. That's funny. I thought that the whole QR code and using the QR codes to open, your phone or something and do a little mini game in order to find the codes to get in, I thought that was very clever. Collectibles vary in their toxicity. Yeah, 100%. I do think this game, it needed... I say needed. I think it would have been helped by having the map be a little more... different colors for different regions, and then also, like, you could probably leverage into that some NPCs and stuff to be like, hey, can you mark for me places that needed extra attention? Because we also didn't get all of the crystals, I don't think we found... So actually, that makes it weird, now that I think about it. This says 100%. But I don't think we got all... We definitely didn't purchase all of the gem abilities. And I think we didn't have enough gems to purchase all of the gem abilities. Hold on, let's take a look. We've got 6. Was the last ability 6? I thought it was 8. I mean, to find out, we would need to hike a ways. Because there's not a gem... there's a gem merchant over there. Honestly, the fastest way to do it would be to hike down to the elevator, and then from the elevator, go to one of these. Probably that one. But that's part of the thing that I don't like about this. It's so monocolor that it's actually a little hard to, like, spot where the fast travels are. And there's not enough of the fast travels to really feel like I've got good world coverage, right? Like, if I want to get over here at the very beginning of the game, there's a fast travel in the region, but you still have to hoof it all the way, through. And it feels like we could have had a couple more elevators and it would have been fine. I realize that I'm kind of spoiled on that. I've been playing, Ender Magnolia and stuff, and that game just lets you fast travel to any fast travel spot. I also recently played a game, All Was Legacy, that lets you turn any save point into a fast travel, and I thought that was a really cool system. I thought that was a really good mix of player expression and convenience. I think this game could have done something similar to that, and it would have been cool. It would have been nice, but whatever, it's fine. Overall, good game. I enjoyed it. Is it going to be at the top of my listings? No, but still, fun time. I think that's it for this video. Not quite full episode length, but pretty close. I genuinely thought that it was going to be like a 20-minute episode, and then it was like, oh, we've beaten the boss. After like 10 minutes, I guess we'll do a little bit of like 100%ing, and then it didn't work out that way. So yeah, YouTube, thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this series. See you in the next one. Bye.